All right, I am calling this special board meeting to order at 4:13. Can I get land acknowledgement? Lexa.
Before we get started with our meeting, Associated Students Inc. at Sacramento State would like to take a moment to give honor and respect to the ancestors and the diverse indigenous people connected to this territory on which we meet. The original stewards of this land belong to the Nishnan, Patwin, Miwok Native Americans. Keep them in your mind, carry them in your hearts, and we ask that you take a moment to consider your ancestors and your relationship to the land we are on. Thank you.
Thank you. Sound with the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Please stand. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Is there a moment of silence? Okay, no moment of silence. Lisa, can I get roll call, please?
Thank you. Pacheco,
Present.
Villa Garza Garcia,
Here.
Udani,
Here.
Estrella,
Present.
Andrade Dominguez, Ayub Galan,
Present.
Nick Dow,
Here.
Meha Diaz,
Here.
Henschel,
Here.
Campbell,
Present.
Beltran,
Here.
Bolas,
Here.
Maria,
Here.
Carroll,
Here.
Curry,
Here.
Gallardo,
Here.
Montalvo, Gardner,
Here.
Guerrero,
Here.
Gill,
Here.
Reyes,
Here.
Dunning, Dalton, Rocha.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we are moving forward with public comment. Members of the audience may address the board on any item within the jurisdiction of the board or on any agenda item. If you wish to address the board, please cite the speaker identification sheet. When you are called upon to speak, step forward to the podium and state your name and major clearly for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes and the oral time is 15 minutes. Those wishing to speak on a non-agenda item will be called upon at the beginning of the meeting. Those wishing to speak for or against an agenda item will be called upon after the item has been officially introduced to the board. Every agenda item will be open for public comment before the board takes formal action on the item. At this time, if there's any public comment, you may step forward to the podium, identify yourself, and speak. Okay, seeing none, we're going to move to our consent calendar. Is there anything going to consent? Okay, seeing none, we have new business. Our first item of new business is 2022-2302-90, Pacheco, appointment of Director of Graduate Studies. Is there a motion? Thank you. Selma?
I motion to approve 2022-2302-90 Pacheco appointment of Director of Graduate Studies.
Second.
Has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Selma?
So, as my lengthy legislation says here, it's essentially the appointment process for this position and our operating rules and our bylaws. So information regarding that, and my formal recommendation is recommending the appointment of Justin Hurst as our ASI Director of Graduate Studies. And so the impact of this legislation would be to fill the vacancy of the Graduate Studies Director. So I'm just going to quickly go over kind of the process that we went through for the appointment and just for transparency reasons and such. So we were notified on January 13, 2023 of the vacancy of the Graduate Studies Director position, to which we opened applications for this position on Friday, January 20th. And we received 12 applications and only 7 were eligible by the priority deadline. And we hosted the interviews on February 1st and February 3rd. And we only interviewed 4 eligible applicants. So the search committee consisted of myself, the Director of Undergraduate Studies, and Evely, which is the Executive Director Designee. And so, because we only interviewed 4, but 7 were eligible, there was a few things that happened. So one applicant was unable to attend in-person interviews and withdrew their application. One did not show up to the interview, and one applicant never responded to the interview request. So with that, I'm putting forth the recommendation to appoint Justin Hurst as the Director of Graduate Studies. I think he will be an amazing addition to our board because of his prior experience, his work within his constituency group, and his ideas for how to move on. So with that, if the chair allows, I'd like Justin to introduce himself.
I will allow it. Justin, you may come forth. And sign the speaker identification sheet again and identify yourself to the board.
So I'll go ahead and introduce myself again while I'm filling this out. Hello everyone, I am Justin Hurst. My pronouns are he, him, his. I am currently a graduate student here in the Department of Public Policy and Administration pursuing a master's degree. And I'm also working on research, and I plan to graduate at the end of this semester. As was mentioned before, I do have some previous experience in student governance. I served my previous association as an undergraduate for a period of 4 years, focusing on academics, student equity, and the sustainability of our services on campus. I hope to bring to this position that experience, that outside perspective, and focus on a lot of connectivity for the different departments on campus and serve both the graduate students here and the undergraduates.
Thank you. At this time, if there's any questions for Justin, you can answer, or you can answer. All right. Seeing none, we are going to move to a vote. All in favor of 2022-23-0290 Pacheco, appointment of Director of Graduate Studies, please raise your hand. All right, you may lower your hand. All opposed, raise your hand. All right. The item or the appointment has been passed unanimously. What we are going to do is I'm going to have you step right here to the middle because we are going to do your oath. And someone take the mic with you.
Turn towards the camera.
Oh, yeah, we're going to literally, yeah, just, you're talking to constituents, so we're turning that way. Yep.
Okay.
Exciting part.
Awesome.
So, all of a sudden.
Be careful they don't, like,
Oh,
you know.
okay, yeah,
Can
yeah.
you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so we are going to do the Board of Directors oath, so please repeat after me.
As duly elected Director
As duly elected Director
of the Associated Students Incorporated
of the Associated Students Incorporated
of California State University, Sacramento,
of California State University, Sacramento,
I swear that I
I swear that I
will faithfully fulfill the duties
will faithfully fulfill the duties
of my office as provided
of my office as provided
in the Associated Students Incorporated bylaws
in the Associated Students Incorporated bylaws
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Awesome. So you may have a seat over right here between Miguel and Sechi. Congratulations, Justin. Welcome. All right. Now, as some of the mics are way back, we have announcements. Is there any announcements? Okay, again, mandatory. If you can't attend this, you need to figure out a time, a place to get informed about this. Okay, we're gonna host it in this room, literally right after this. So don't go anywhere. Any other announcements? Salma, anything that you haven't said? All right, I am adjourning this meeting at 4:22.